second. I had, I think, a little bit too much to drink.
Yeah,
It's funny because what are we on? We're take 3 right now, right? Or
We're
take
this
four?
is take
We're take
four.
4. It's
We're
funny
take
because
4. We have
the
done
more
this 4
takes-
times.
the more takes we do, the drunker we get.
Cheers. The bad life decisions,
bad life
everyone.
decisions.
Bad life decisions.
But we had to redo some takes. The first one was a technical issue. The second
You don't
one was
need to
a
explain
political
yourself.
a political issue. And then I screwed up for
And
the
then
third
we're-
one, and then we're
This is the
doing
good
the
one.
first.
This
yeah.
is,
the
you
fourth.
know, they say,
Whatever happens, happens.
Whatever happens,
This
happens.
is the take.
Yeah.
All right,
like,
take 5.
they say third is gold, but 4 is platinum. So
We're
can move on.
good.
We can
Okay,
move on.
so let's introduce ourselves.
All right, we're gonna
for the
just,
fourth time.
I'm a full-time bad life decision maker. I'm also a full-time filmmaker. Action is my thing. Actually, action is a teamwork thing. Together we do action filmmaking. We have a production box. This is MTL Cam. I have KDY Productions with CMAC.
You didn't say your name. so
My name is
it's like-
Malik.
Okay,
I am
that's-
Malik. People like, in high school they called me Malik Curry Chicken. I am Malik and the Curry Chicken. So if you guys want to call me that, don't do that, actually. So yeah, that's my name, Malik, and this is my occupation, is full-time, I'm in.
Yeah, I'm the same thing. I'm a filmmaker, director, whatever
Hit
thing
director.
involved with, and bad life decision maker.
His name is Adam
part
Shade.
time because I think
He says his
some
name is
good
Amin,
decision-
but really his name is Adam Shade.
Yeah.
Yes, it is sometimes.
If you go to the
That's what it
borders,
says on his business card.
It says Adam Shade because
In this industry,
you know how it is.
You know.
you know how it is.
And-
Would you
oh,
rather?
yeah. I know. I want to plug Une Boîte de Prod. Une Boîte de Prod is the best video production company in the world. I
Excuse
think.
me?
Yeah, it is.
Excuse
It is.
me?
Like it.
You are
KDY is number two.
outnumbered over here.
That's all the time we have for you. So.
Well,
Let's go
I'm
with
also
Sima.
KDY Productions,
All
right?
right,
You know I'm
listen,
with him
bad.
here.
Listen, my little man.
Yeah.
We have
Okay.
more business cards than you. That means we outnumber you by far more.
No, you don't.
Hey,
That
our
is
business
fine.
cards have
Our
embossing.
It's not a
website is
competition.
nicer
Our
than your
website is
website.
so goddamn beautiful.
You remember
Thank
last
you. I
week
built
when
it
we
from scratch.
showered together?
No, we didn't shower.
I have a
together.
larger bed, so.
all right, guys.
Okay,
this
no,
is
no.
Wait,
This
I didn't
is-
I didn't
this is
introduce
friendly.
myself.
Oh, yeah, introducing our beautiful C-Mac
C-Mac.
Sammy.
Yeah, who are you, C-Mac? Tell us about yourself.
I am
a little bit.
Siamak. Yeah,
Thank you
Siamak
for
Sammy.
telling us that.
If you don't know how to pronounce my name, here's a mnemonic device.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
If you
Don't do
can
it.
see a PC, you could see a Mac.
Oh my God.
Okay, this is very bad. I think we just lost 100 people.
Yeah, we just lost. This is live, by the way. This is
Yeah,
actually
this is
live. Okay?
live.
And
We're
we just
streaming
lost
live.
our
I
views.
think we have 0
All right.
viewers
So
right
the
now.
reason, okay, let's
It's
get
worth
down.
it.
By the
We
way,
are at -2.
Is that even possible?
This joke.
Facebook just feels so bad about you. You're like, yeah, we're watching this and like we're taking away your viewers.
We're
And
canceling your page.
Yeah, we're actually Facebook like administrators are actually watching this, so that's why it gets the -2 because it's so bad.
This is fucking funny. Okay, so yeah. So what
Oh
is
my gosh.
all this about? We decided to do a podcast because we want more clients.
Yeah, we want more clients, we want more views. I like how straightforward he was, but that's legit the reason why.
So yeah, so what we're gonna be doing every week on Bad Life Decisions podcast, we're gonna be talking about filmmaking, about like the field that we like, about
yeah.
cameras and
and clients.
and
Let's take a shot to clients. To clients, everyone.
to
Yeah.
clients, to bad clients.
I think we need more for bad clients.
And so, yeah, the idea is each one of us will bring a topic every week, and we're gonna try to discuss it together. And I'm gonna be drinking a lot.
A lot.
So that's the whole idea. Like,
It was between a cat and alcohol, but the problem with our place, there's a little bit of humidity, so we can't have a cat yet. So I guess we got to be alcoholic for the
yeah.
meantime.
And we were kind of drinking anyway, so we
Yeah,
said, why not film it?
Yeah.
And-
Yeah, why not?
So
Yeah.
our children.
We're gonna have guests. We're gonna have a lot of people coming in.
All right, let's dive into the first topic.
What's the first topic?
What's the first
C-Mac?
topic?
So you bring the first topic?
Really, I'm gonna mention the first topic. This
You
is a topic that
literally
two-
just said let's dive into the.
All right.
If
First
you do
topic.
a dive and you do your like.
All right,
Yeah,
twist,
you should just
let's
say-
dive into the first topic.
Yeah, let's do it.
The big heated argument in the filmmaking community right now is the release of the new Bumka 6K, the Blackmagic
Yeah.
Pocket
The
Cinema.
Blackmagic 6K. If you guys don't know what it stands for, it's hold on, let me.
The
Blackmagic Pocket Cinema
camera.
4K.
No,
Five-
6K.
No, it's
6K.
actually it's
It's
6K
the
Blackmagic
Blackmagic
design.
6K
No.
pocket cinema
No,
camera.
no.
EF mount
Hey,
APS-C.
I want. It's
No, it's full frame.
It's Super 35.
It's
bitch.
Super 35. It's APS-C.
It's Blackmagic design Pocket
Pocket
Cinema
camera,
4K.
4K.
Wait, are we
6K.
talking
No,
about
it's 6K.
Yeah, I messed
6K.
up, sorry, guys.
Okay, I have
You have something?
I have a question about this.
Oh,
Like,
question.
do you think like Blackmagic will hire novelists in the future to choose their camera names?
I have a question for you. What the
Like, do
fuck
you
does
think-
novelist mean?
Like people that
You
write.
can tell who doesn't
Ah.
read.
And
out of
listen,
our
Yeah,
friend
it
group.
doesn't.
I
Do I know more words in English
yes,
than
you
you
probably
do? Holy
do. Hey, listen, I
fuck.
passed English in college level, so you guys can't say shit.
Okay, I'm a total like I don't think my English is very good, but who cares? Who cares?
No,
Why
we
are
really
talking
care.
about this?
Alright, well, okay.
But yeah,
Yeah, it's
do you
pretty
think,
awful.
Do you think like next cameras will be having like 2 pages names? Like
All right, listen. My theory about
how
that.
long do you think to
Alright.
get? Like
My theory about that is video games. Like since I was younger, video game manuals used to be like this big. Now you buy a video game, you go to EB Games or any like game store, and you buy a video game. There is no game manual. It's like this thin. So there is no way that the next cameras can have such a big. Like it has to be easier. Like for example, you have
GH5.
GH5.
That's a good camera.
Even better, Z Cam. That's 2 words.
Yeah, but the
Z-Cam.
Z cam is kind of shitty cam. So
No, we can't say that. We can't say. We want to get sponsored by
we-
them eventually.
yeah,
Actually,
Z-Cam. If you
Z-Cam.
want to sponsor us, I will refuse.
So good.
I won't take your fucking money, you piece of shit. Okay. So let's go
Well, we
back to
love you
our
guys.
main topic. We don't like you,
The-
Z-Cam.
No, but I actually never
Yeah.
use the C cam. I will like you if you send us one.
But wait,
That's
hold
it.
on.
If you send us one, maybe.
Hold up.
I'm holding.
Well-
it.
We were talking about the Bumka.
Yeah, we're talking about
Yeah,
the.
By the way,
Let's,
when I say
let's talk
Bumka,
about the
I'm talking
Bumka.
about the
So is this
Blackmagic
official?
Pocket Cinema camera.
Is
The
it
Bumka.
official? The Bubumka?
This is the Bubumka.
Bubumka?
The reason why we say Bubba is because there's 2 YouTubers that do a lot of these videos, and then they do a thing where they say the Bubba and they move this way. So we thought that it kind of stuck to us, but yeah.
But
Yeah. So what do you think? You as a like an someone who doesn't know
freelancer.
shit about cameras.
how dare you? We're currently filming on my camera.
Yeah,
That's
you
true.
are like
A7
you
III, the
Sony
best
lover.
goddamn camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Sony.
It's a shitty
Sonys
camera.
are dope.
yeah,
No, it's
except
not
the
a
7
shitty camera.
S3 is not even
But,
gonna have.
no,
to be good,
it was just.
How
don't
dare
take
you.
it. I mean, it's
All right.
fine. You know.
Yeah,
that.
no, it's okay. You know, like
But
whatever.
what do you
know?
think about the
I
Blackmagic?
don't- I don't
Seriously,
don't
like-
take things personally.
No,
Yeah.
you really don't. You just
do sometimes.
he's gonna kill her.
So what do you think? Like seriously, what we haven't talked about it since.
Yeah, what's your like? You know, I literally.
What's my take on the
Yeah,
yeah,
what
time
time
out,
6K
serious
or the
time out.
4K?
No, the
I
6K.
literally called this guy. I bought the 4K version like 4 months ago. Literally like 3 weeks later, they released the 6K. I called this guy. It's like 2 a.m. I'm like, are you, dude? He's like, what? Why are you calling me at 2 a.m.? Like, dude, they just released the 6K of this camera. It's full frame. He's like, and he literally said, shit.
All right, look. I initially did not love the 4K, but I will admit, after you bought one and then filmed with it, I did like it a lot.
He still thinks the A7 III is better than the 4K. Like,
For a lot of things, you're gonna want to use the A7 III or like many other cameras before the 4K. For a lot of things, but I mean, if you're gonna do like a creative film project, yeah, use the 4K. It's definitely better. I mean, like if you
But
want
I
to do
think- I think-
something that you're gonna take your time with and really dial in all the settings and really.
yeah, dude, the
freaking-
Sony settings are like really bad. Like
Yeah.
Sony cameras have the
That
No,
was-
no,
worst.
I'm talking
Blackmagic.
about
settings.
I wasn't talking about those settings. I'm not talking about the menu. Everybody knows that the Sony menu sucks, but once
Yeah.
you've like dabbled with it for a couple
There's
hours.
no doubt about it. The Sony is a fucking good camera.
Yeah,
And
Sony's
especially
have
like
great cameras, but
Yeah, it's a
setting
great
wise,
camera,
but I will
when
say
the Blackmagic came out, like
Yeah,
it
look.
was a fucking like it was crazy.
dude, it was
It was
backordered
crazy.
since
But
January.
Wait, I want to finish my thought. You
Yeah,
see,
yeah,
like
yeah.
I initially thought that the Blackmagic 4K sucked because
That's
like
because
I remember
you
I remember
have no knowledge
no
about
filmmaking.
filmmaking.
No, you son of a bitch.
I'm just
no,
kidding.
it's because I didn't have it and I didn't get to test it out myself. So I just looked at a lot of online reviews by a lot of people, and I really hated the look of the camera. But
Okay.
I
Like,
then
we
learned.
don't buy cameras
I-
based on the look.
No.
That's every fucking
I'm
black
talking
man.
about the film look of the
Okay.
camera, not about the
But
physical look.
hold on.
The physical look of the camera is
something-
garbage.
I have something important to say about the Blackmagic camera. Since it's Blackmagic camera, is it racist to dislike it? Okay, that was just a joke.
That's-
All right.
you have to get it out.
But it turns out that a lot of the early adopters of the 4K all just sucked at using the camera. So always their footage, whenever they upload it on YouTube or stuff,
Yeah, he kept
it
telling
looked
me that.
really bad. I kept sending him examples,
Yeah.
going like, "This is the camera you're gonna buy. This is the camera you're so hyped about."
He-
Like it looks awful, but it turns out people just suck at using it because
And he
a lot
kept
of
telling me about
beginner-
these YouTube videos, like every YouTube reviewer, every YouTube video he saw about the Blackmagic 4K. He's like, dude, this camera sucks. It's so flat, like the colors don't pop out like the A7 III. And I kept explaining to him, like, dude, this camera is like a cinema camera. Like it has that little like.
It wasn't
film
so
feel.
much about the popping. Like I know that you could color correct. I did notice that the dynamic range of the thing, like there was this one YouTuber that like showed like a bunch of color corrections of the same footage, and I was like, all right, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, you can do a lot.
But
of it.
the
Like
look of the
when
camera
when I,
kinda
when I
sucks.
looked at, I'm not a Blackmagic fan. I owned the old Blackmagic Pocket.
Yeah, me
camera.
too.
And
It was
fucking
so
that one-
bad.
the
that
worst.
one was bad.
It was like it was
Dude.
the best camera in specs,
It
and I
was-
got it. You remember when it was on special?
Yeah.
Like, and it was, like they sold it for $500, and it
I remember
worth
that.
fucking $50.
It had Resolve
like,
too
you
with
could
it,
just,
yeah.
it has Resolve and everything.
I
And
might have
remember
also
it
been
was
biased
the worst
because of that.
fucking camera.
Dude, this
and
camera was so
the
bad,
reason,
like,
the
in terms
reason
of, like-
you know me, like I'm a proud owner of a GH5. Like I like Panasonic. Like I've been
Sony.
no,
Sony's so much better.
Sorry.
I
No,
wa-
I like Panasonic because I had a GH1 when I was young, and I like the fact that people were at the time they were.
Yo, what's
Yeah, I
this?
still have
is,
it
is
somewhere.
this it? Is it?
Yeah, that's the GH1, and people used to like I hacked the firmware
Hey, yo,
to
catch.
make like a better codec. Like it worth nothing now, but it's still worth more than the Blackmagic 4K. no, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
dude.
But
The
like
Pocket-
the
the-
reason I like the Pocket it because it was like the same kind of technology. Like it was a mirrorless. At that time, mirrorless was like
Yeah,
very
it's
rare.
pretty crazy.
And it was a mirrorless. It was micro four thirds, so the sensor was a little bit smaller. It was like 16 millimeters film. It was like this kind of the same.
Yeah,
thing.
that's true. The first one has
I'm talking about the
6mm
first
film.
Blackmagic.
It was
because
like
since we're
it
talking
was
about
micro four
Black,
third, but it was like the equivalent of 60 millimeter.
60
It had
millimeters,
raw.
yeah.
It was like the first
It
small
was fucking
camera.
crazy. Like that
It
was
was really,
2012
really
or
crazy.
something.
Yeah, dude,
No,
this
14 or
camera,
something.
like,
Yeah.
Early ages.
It was
like,
fucking
we're talking
crazy.
about like
I
not early development.
have a friend who shot a feature film with it.
Yeah.
And
This
actually,
camera-
if you look at the list of feature films, like each year you find like 2 or 3 cameras shot with the Blackmagic.
this camera is
Pocket.
crazy. The
Yeah,
only
it's
thing though
fucking
about this
crazy.
camera, like it maximum like size is 1080, but I remember I actually bought this camera. No.
No. It was
No.
full HD, but
But the problem with this camera is that Blackmagic were like, yo, let's fuck everybody over and just
Yeah.
release this camera that can do it raw
and
in
sell it
1080
for like 500
and sell it for
bucks.
nothing. Everybody's gonna buy it. The problem with it is, yeah, it's a really good quality camera, but as a camera, it's shit.
It was shitty. Like
you
the
can't
battery
record
lasts
with
for
it.
5 minutes.
Dude, the
Some
batteries
last
were so
5
bad.
minutes.
You needed to get like 20 batteries. Like
Yeah,
they-
exactly.
The camera doesn't turn off. The camera overheats. Like it gets really hot.
It overheats.
And
Like,
also,
there's a lot of
also,
shit.
like the camera doesn't have any other entry but an SD card. So the only way you can record with it is an SD card.
Yeah.
At the time, the SD cards that were not that like.
They were
they
very
not that competitive.
expensive. They
You
were
either have
not
to spend
very...
like $400 or $300 for a good SD card that can go
Fast,
like
yeah.
a lot of megabytes per second, or you get a cheaper one. But there was a lot of problems with recording because the camera would record and it would corrupt because like you get like a little like icon that says like the camera's gonna stop recording, and you can't record anymore because you have SD card you're recording with.
Yeah.
So that was a lot. Like I bought the camera and I'm like, dude, I can't record. I do a lot of corporate. I do a lot of run and gun, and there's no way you can run and gun with this camera.
It was not made for
Yeah,
corporate
no.
work. It was made for like short films.
Yeah, this was a creative camera, and you needed to rig the camera. You needed
You know
batteries.
what is
maybe.
made for
Yeah.
corporate?
So
Awesome.
This camera right over here.
Yeah.
Also
yeah,
the
that's
GH5.
true. The A7,
the GH5 is
the
also like
A7 III. That's not the topic of today. So
Okay,
the A7 III
sidetracked.
is a good camera for.
We got the
corporate.
6K. We got.
So
what do we think
yeah,
about
no,
the
so
6K?
but first, so
6K.
let's do the whole.
yeah,
like,
we backed
step
up.
by
We went
step.
6K, then we went like, all right.
We went to
my
the-
impressions
the-
of the 4K.
the
It was like, oh,
original
but let's go to the
pocket.
first
Are we-
one.
did you say
That-
4K or 6K?
No.
We're just bragging. We
Look,
just
look,
want to
just-
show people that we know shit about.
All right, so like, yeah, but that's the thing though. Like,
Yeah.
we played with the 4K, but like, I don't think we.
So
played
yeah, the
with
4K.
6K.
So
Have
that,
either of you?
but let me just finish. Like, why did I tell you about the old Blackmagic Pocket? Because when they talked about the Blackmagic 4K for the first time, I was like, yeah, the specs are awesome, and it's always the same thing with Blackmagic. Like they do this with the Ursa Mini Pro, and they did it with a bunch of cameras,
Yeah,
and then you get
it's
it, and you're like,
impressive.
gosh, this is a shitty camera. But so. Like on paper, it was the fucking. I'm talking about the Blackmagic 4K Pocket Cinema camera, like our main topic. So the 4K. I'm talking about the 4K. So when they released the 4K, I was like, yeah, on paper is the best fucking camera in the world. But then I was like, yeah, I gotta try it first. And we shot a short film with it, and we used the B-RAW. But because if you remember, they didn't release the B-RAW
it
right
was
away.
DNG
Like, it was,
before. Before
it
it
was
was like,
DNG?
pretty complicated. Like when
but
the camera
DNG is
came
still
out,
amazing. The
it's
fact that you
really
can
good.
do DNG on this,
Yeah.
like if you can do RAW on a
You
fucking
still do
DSLR.
DNG if you
That's
downgrade the
fucking
firmware,
crazy.
but like the thing with DNG is like DNG is basically when you take a photo, like if you take a screen grab of the camera,
It's
it
like
gives you a
pictures.
DNG file. It's like a raw file. It's the same thing as like any camera, like Sony or Canon. When they take a raw file, it's the raw file. But what DNG would do is basically take like 24 fucking photos or more photos, and that's
Your video.
That's your video, pretty
yeah.
much. It's just basically
for
one frame per video.
For post production, it's a hassle. But I remember I shot with the Blackmagic 4K, like the old
Yeah.
one, the gray.
Oh, the box there! Oh my
fucking
god!
shitty camera.
Oh,
It was still cool, but I remember in post we were able, like at some point, I don't know, I got some footage from I don't remember from where, but we were like playing with it on Photoshop because the way you process the DNG files, like at that time, we were using like Photoshop and process like as pictures, and at some point we were playing with the highlights, and we discovered a mountain that we didn't see. Like it was overexposed.
It was with
And, like,
Lucam. You remember?
Yeah, when I was working for Lucas,
That's
that was
funny.
like,
Literally,
holy
like,
fuck!
like his boss filmed something and like everything was white as hell.
Hey, what's
Yeah.
Lucam?
Lucam is
Lucam's a
another rental
rental
place,
company.
really cool rental place actually. But his boss filmed something and like
Yeah, you
gave it to
remember
them,
this
and then
story,
he's
yeah.
like, he told me, he's like, dude, everything was white, and then he managed to discover
And then-
after color correction like an actual building in the
Yeah.
shot. I was like, no, I don't believe you.
unlike
You
a
told me that
film.
story. You told me that story years ago. I
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah, it was like
It's crazy.
man,
Like
three,
filming with
three,
Raw
4
is
years
crazy.
ago. Yeah.
But we're getting sidetracked. The 4K.
6K.
So,
Yeah.
so
The
the
6K
4K on paper,
oh my
and then
God.
we
Boy.
shot a short film with the 4K, and we were amazed with
Dude,
the
this
B-roll.
camera was
it's fucking
impressive.
awesome. Like,
oh my god.
just to explain, like when we started editing, we didn't have to create proxies, and we had raw. Like we could
Yeah.
change the ISO
That is definitely
in
cool.
post production.
Yeah, like I've edited
And
with Sony.
we have
and, like,
so many information with the final files, and the image quality is just awesome. Like everything is fucking cool. with
Actually,
this
I have a
camera.
question for you two guys because
so-
you're
so
more
question.
into the editing world than I am.
Yeah,
What
and into the filming world, but it's
How
fun.
dare you? No, but how?
I'm gonna
You're pretty into it. I give you that. But yeah.
Thank you for the pity. But I just want to know between raw and B-raw, like
Yeah.
what exactly
Well,
is
you
the
got-
difference?
No,
between-
B-raw
Blackmagic
is
is
just
raw.
It's
like,
just Blackmagic.
actually
Exactly,
raw.
exactly.
Wait,
But-
time out. Like Blackmagic Raw is not technically real raw.
It's not
because
real raw. It's a
that's
codec.
what I want to know.
All right, it's just the codec that Blackmagic
it's a codec.
released.
It's
that
compressed,
It's called
like-
raw. it's still compressed. Like raw, the true raw. Like when you take photos, you have JPEG and raw. The true raw is like the.
But
your
even
tip.
DNG technically is compressed.
Yeah, DNG is
Yeah, it's like you can't
But
have
your camera
the
when
idea
it
of
takes a
RAW is like
photo.
you're having the information from the sensor.
Yeah. Like your
In
camera
raw.
when it records, it takes all the information that, like you said, from the sensor, and you don't have any like compression loss. Like for example, ARRI RAW or
Like any
raw or
encoding.
red raw. Like red raw is like some say it's not compressed, but I think it's a bit compressed. But like ARRI RAW is really not compressed. Like, but the thing is with raw is when you have absolutely all the information in terms of color, highlights, and everything. Like when you color correct, you can easily restore that. But Blackmagic RAW, they decided to do they create a codec.
They figured
so
out a
that you
way
can-
to compress footage and still
you
keep
can
the information at the
edit
same time.
like
I don't know
the
how it
IS
works, but
like it's really cool.
amazing.
Like honestly, when you spend
It's
$1,800,
crazy.
you can edit the ISO. You can put you can put it in ACES. You can put it in the color science, the
Yeah.
color. Honestly, this camera is pretty revolutionary. Like we
Yeah,
have
it
faces.
is.
We had the A7S II that was revolutionary. Now we have the Blackmagic Pocket, and this thing is really.
But this is a very good transition.
getting-
So now let's get to the main
getting
topic.
pretty
Oh,
drunk.
wait, hold on, hold on,
Like,
hold on.
I'm feeling
I wanna,
this
I wanna
alcohol.
ask, I want to ask, especially this guy over here, because out of all of us, he's the only one who owns.
I'm a proud owner.
He owns the
Oh,
Blackmagic 4K.
I own
Now,
he does.
since the 6K came out, how do you feel about
Dude,
your 4K?
Dude, when when the 6K came out, when I saw the first literally the announcements Blackmagic 6K, I'm like, ha! No, that's not fucking true. Absolute, that's a joke because there's a thing with filmmaking, like April Fools, like they release things.
Yeah,
like,
that
we're gonna release
crazy.
this. It's all jokes. There's a lot of fucking memes
Last
and
April
jokes.
Fool's Day released the A7S3.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
exactly.
So there's a lot of jokes in our community, and I'm like, there's no way this is actually true. So
And the crazy part, like usually companies they announce a camera like 6 months in advance,
Yeah,
and
they
then
hype it up.
they hype it up, and they were like, it's available at B&H, like you can order it right now, and you can get it right now. And
They
we're
did
like,
that.
what?
We're confused.
Come on,
I'm
dude.
like,
And the
there's
other
no
thing,
way
like
possible.
the EF mount and the APS-C and EF mount, because people have been asking, like companies like Panasonic, which has the micro four thirds thing, like the micro four thirds mount actually has been developed by Panasonic,
Yeah.
and even the sensor size and so people
know
have been asking for this have been asking for GH5 with Super 35 sensor
full frame,
and
just
EF,
EF. Yeah,
EF
yeah.
mount. Like, just give us EF mount.
Please,
because
we beg you.
everyone has, all my lenses are EF, so I have a lot of lenses.
Yeah, if you ask anybody, the majority of filmmakers, they all
have
have EF, mount.
lenses,
Yeah.
EF mount.
It's like a standard kind of
So when
filmmaker.
they released this, we were like, this is a joke, and then I kept seeing shit about it. I was like,
I called this guy. First of all, when they came out, I saw the post. I'm like, there's a guy who owns a Facebook. Well, he's administrator of a Facebook group, and I'm like, is this fucking real? And he's like, this is real. I go on Google, I write 6K Blackmagic. I'm like, this is real. I go on and look at other people. I go in the group, and they changed the group name. It was the Blackmagic 4K user group to 6K. I'm like, oh fuck. I called this guy at 2 a.m. I'm like, dude, I literally just got violated. I bought this camera 4 months ago. The thing is, it was a 4K, 4/3 sensor, micro 4/3, and I'm like, dude, I hate this. It's such a small sensor. I had to buy a speed booster, and I called this guy. I'm like, dude, they literally released a camera that has an EF mount, 6K. You know, the 6K, I'm okay with it because I do a lot of resizing in post, but it's EF mount, you literally don't have to buy an adapter for it.
And the price range
It's
for the
crazy.
6K
Oh my God.
is pretty much cheaper than if you were
a
gonna get the 4K with
plus
the
speed
speed
booster.
booster.
Yeah,
exactly,
dude,
right?
The 4K
Like
is
it would have just been worth it to just
Canadian.
wait
Yeah.
a little bit, rent the 4K
Yeah, dude, there's
and then
people-
buy the
Exactly.
6K.
There's people that are still waiting for their 4K that is back ordered. There's still people waiting for it that are receiving it. They receive it literally a week after, 6K, motherfucker. Fuck.
yeah, and just want to say, the 6K aspect of it, just
Dude, it
no
kills
one
the
cares
market.
about it. No one cares about it.
Dude.
But, I mean, the fact that it does 6K
Okay.
Who fucking cares?
Like
the
honestly,
most important
the
part.
biggest argument that people like the 4K owners they're very salty. Like you have
I
articles.
know that they're very salty.
You
I
see
swear to
the
God,
groups, like-
I'm part of that group too. And every time anybody, and there's a lot of people that make a post about going like, why I'm waiting to buy the 6K or why I'm not gonna buy the 6K. You're always the one to first comment going like, salty 4K owner. Every single time. You must have posted that like 100
same,
times.
right?
I always,
And it's funny because you're a salty 4K owner.
I always like every time on the Facebook groups, I always comment the same thing. Salty 4K owners, like there's people are releasing articles saying why the 4K is better than 6K.
It's not.
Not.
It's
like,
not.
What? No. You have a camera that's EF. First of all, it's 6K. It has high dynamic range mode. There is no way possible.
Has a bigger sensor size.
Oh,
It's gonna restart.
Yeah. Is it cut or?
I'm gonna cut.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
Oh,
we
wait,
had-
wait. I don't know if I'm gonna. I need to stand up.
So hold on.
You want more Captain Marine or
we had to
You got a
cut
uh,
beer.
because the A7 III has a 30-minute limit,
All
which
right.
makes it a bad camera.
So, like
the
come-
A7 III is a fantastic camera, and I stand
Alright,
by it.
The black. Okay. Actually, I actually made a list about why I don't like the Blackmagic 4K or 6K or whatever. Okay.
Well, the
so
Blackmagic
You got the
4K
Blackmagic
sucks.
4K. Imagine like the
This is a
Blackmagic.
GH1,
Yeah. So the Blackmagic camera. You know, one thing about Blackmagic is they released a
Hey,
camera. They
it's
released a
still-
small camera that, like, guys, they
Yeah,
released a
we're-
small
we're
camera
listening to you.
that's made for film. It doesn't take photos. Okay. My argument was like, why the hell do they not release a camera that's the body equivalent to a film camera that has the proper like weight distribution?
That's because they're protecting their other cameras.
Yeah, I know they want to protect the other cameras, but like still, like the other camera for sure is gonna get sold because he has SDI and he has all the other stuff that professional filmmakers want, and like high-end filmmakers. Okay.
Yeah.
But like the people who do still professional work, they want to go for a cheaper model or a B cam or something that can break. Still, the camera build is like this bulky. Okay, it doesn't balance on gimbals, like. And also, when you're filming with it, it's not like the A7 III or like the Canon camera or GH5 where you can easily like hang on to it and do easily corporate. You can't really easily do corporate stuff. So my argument was like, why did they make such a poorly designed camera? Like Blackmagic
But
designed poorly.
it's not made for corporate.
I know
cinema.
it's not made for corporate,
it's
but,
made
like,
for
this
cinema.
camera
like, it's
is-
a pocket cinema
It's
camera.
designed like a DSLR, but it's a cinema
Yeah,
camera.
It's a cinema camera.
Like my argument is like, why did they not design it more like the Z-Cam?
Like-
We were shitting on the Z-Cam before, but the Z-Cam is actually designed way better. It's a cube, and that's perfect because a cube
you
is
can
more.
balance it very
that's what a
easily.
film
It's
camera
easier.
looks like.
Yeah, a film
Yeah.
camera is well designed, well balanced in terms of weight. Like when you're filming handheld or you're putting on a whatever tripod, you have even weight, but the Blackmagic it's bulky in terms of width, and you can't really do anything when you balance that. So that's my argument. It's like it's really bulky. The sides have the way they design the side of the camera is not well because when you put the HDMI cable, it bends because that's the only way you can hold it. Or if you put the okay, so my camera actually broke because I had put the
The USB-C.
USB-C port. There's a USB-C port to do hard drives. It actually pushed inside because after using it so much, like the connection pushed inside. So and that wasn't the first one that actually broke it. There was actually a couple of people. So I was like, damn. Like imagine you're shooting a really important video and someone breaks it. Like you're screwed. Like.
Yeah.
Like that's a big thing. Like, would you rather spend $2,000 on a camera and you're doing like a gig that's worth like $5,000 for a client, and you're screwed? The client is gonna sue you for $5,000 and more because you screwed up his gig. Like, would you rather risk that? Like, that's my only argument. Was that
That is something that like a lot of people know though
4K
about the
and
black
6K, same thing.
about the Blackmagic is that the build quality of the pocket cinema is just really shitty. It's like the Tesla of cameras.
Yeah,
you know, where
pretty
the
much.
specs are
But Tesla,
amazing.
good, yeah.
The specs are amazing, but the build quality sucks.
Yeah, no, that's a thing. Like, you gotta get a cage with it. Tilta made a special cage for it. Like the Tilta, it's probably the best cage out of all of it. Shape has a good cage, but Tilta has a better cage.
You say Shape has a good cage? You've been shitting on Shape
Yeah,
for so
honestly,
long.
I love Shape.
But
Like, the
these
Shape
last
makes
years,
such-
I started making some nice
Dude,
shit.
the Shape makes such good
Like small
rigs, but
rig
the
are the
Shape,
best.
Blackmagic cage is so bad. Like honestly, Shape, like you guys should really like
Shape actually are Canadian, right?
Yeah, Shape are based.
Ah,
They're
Montreal.
Montreal.
They're
Montreal.
They're from Montreal.
Like
You shouldn't shit on Shape.
No.
Hey, Shape.
Honestly, like okay, Shape for the
They're the
rigs,
best,
they're my
man.
best. They're like for Shape rigs, they're the best shoulder rigs.
Yeah, like the
Shoulder rigs,
BP
the
9000
BP
and
9000
shit
is
like
the
this.
best rig
They're
for
fucking
shoulder.
nice.
But
yeah.
for the Blackmagic, like the cage, it's really bad because you don't have as much mounting points as the cage, and also the handle, how they built it, you gotta fucking screw it in with a fucking Allen key. It sucks. So the thing is with this cage, the tilted cage, like you gotta get everything. You gotta get the tilted cage. You gotta get like the handle, the batteries,
depending
and all
on
that stuff. So
which
the camera
project
ends
you're
up costing
working
you
on.
$5,000, like $4,000 or $5,000. Like, would you rather have a camera that's cost $4,000 or $5,000, or pay $5,000 for like a film camera like the FS5 Mark II or?
Yeah, maybe
or a
you should be
C200.
talking to us instead of
Oh,
talking
to you guys.
the camera.
Yeah,
I
don't
like,
know
I
who
like
that
that he's
is.
ranting because everything
Dude,
he's saying
I'm
makes
so mad.
so much
I had
sense.
this
though.
camera for 4 months.
But you know,
I've been filming a lot of this.
it turning into like a therapy. Like it's like
I've been.
so this camera is
He's
fucking
so mad. He's
shitty.
just like blowing off steam.
He almost cried. Are you crying? No,
I'm not crying.
I've heard
Okay,
this
you're
rant so many
Okay.
times.
He almost cried.
Like honestly,
it's fine.
like okay, so we've grew to our standard.
Yeah,
Dude,
I
I'm
am
pretty
drunk
fucking
too,
tipsy.
and that's the whole idea.
But, like,
so
yeah,
before
we're-
hold on, let's I think we talked enough about
Okay,
the Blackmagic.
so
it's a
anyways,
good camera.
The
And it's a
6K
bad
is
camera at the same
okay.
time. So
To be fair, the 6K Pocket Cinema is the best camera on the market at the
yeah,
moment.
right now, yeah,
In terms of price, it's 3,800 Canadian. It's about like 3,000 US, I think.
yeah.
But there is no
We-
camera that
but
matches it
wait,
for
We're
quality.
still waiting for the A7S III to show up. Like maybe it could be like
Okay.
a better camera. Yeah,
It could be a better
I don't know,
camera.
we were
Yeah,
talking
it's not
about,
gonna
like,
be a better
earlier.
camera.
Just
Like,
watch it
I
still
don't
not
think
do
so. But like
60
if
FPS
they
at
give
4K.
us like if they give us like 10-bit
They're not gonna give-
422, maybe RAW, maybe some kind of
There's
like S
definitely
RAW,
not
like
gonna
Sony
be-
No,
RAW.
It's
no.
definitely not gonna have
It's not-
Sony
it's
gonna
RAW.
have not raw.
If it does,
Sony, okay, look,
that'd
look,
be freaking
Sony,
dope.
Look, honestly,
I would buy it. Like I would. at that
Blackmagic
point, I
versus
would
Sony.
buy it.
Sony
That would be
cameras-
dope.
I would buy it.
Listen,
if they had, like,
Sony
RAW.
cameras are more reliable than Blackmagic. Like the codec, the build, the everything. Everything Sony is like. If I had to do like an event, I would rather go Sony. But Blackmagic in terms of quality is better than Sony. The color science is better than Sony. Sony was known to have not as a good of a science as Canon. From not personally from what I'm saying, but from every other
Wait,
user.
Blackmagic has a better color.
They
science
have a
than
better
Sony?
color science
Yeah,
than Sony,
sure,
and they
yeah.
have also better
I
color
didn't
science
know
than
this.
Canon.
If you, both of you are against me on that, then sure.
No. That's the thing with users. Like,
I think Sony is the worst color science
yeah,
in the market.
Sony doesn't have the best
like
color
fucking
science.
Nikon.
But
I
they-
think
Whatever. I color correct in post. All right.
Since the Venice came out, the Sony Venice, they upped
They-
they changed their color science. Like with the FS5 Mark II, they've added a new color science that's a lot better and that has more color into it, and it's a lot better than the previous one. So yes, it
But
can
you know
match.
how nobody's talking about Canon right now?
Dude, Canon.
That's-
Canon.
That's
We're-
that's
we'll
what I
film-
like the most
we'll-
because I think Canon are the Apple of
No,
filmmaking.
dude,
No, but
you know,
like,
they're like,
Canon-
Canon is like this. We're talking about video right now.
Dude,
like,
Canon-
yeah, I know, but
If you're
you
talking
know,
about photo,
Apple,
then
photo,
like hell
dude,
yeah.
Canon has released cameras since then. They're still valid. They're like, we don't need to do anything. Like we're Canon. We still don't need to do anything.
yeah, like but camera like for the high end cameras, they still have like the
But
C300.
to be
Mark
honest,
II,
the
which is
C300
fucking
Mark
nice.
II is
It's
fucking good.
nice.
Like,
it's fucking good.
Canon like released.
I shot
I-
a short film with it. The DOP was lighting with fucking
Yeah, dude, the
Uh,
C300 Mark II has. It's the only
like in
film
low light.
camera
It's the best camera
that
in
actually
low
has
light.
dual
It's like-
autofocus,
Yeah.
and it's actually fucking better than the A7 III. Like Canon, they in terms of high-end cameras, like film cameras.
I don't know the camera,
Like,
so I don't.
honestly, like the film cameras for Canon, they're way better. So Canon, all right,
I don't
I
know
don't,
the-
I don't like Canon in
I've
terms of
never-
filming
it's just a
because they
bigger
don't
camera.
I
release
should-
it.
have never
When-
filmed with a Canon
Listen,
camera.
when Canon releases something, it holds his mark for a couple years.
Yeah, that's for
that's,
sure.
that's the only difference between Canon and Blackmagic.
They have like
is
the
when,
C700.
yeah,
which
they
is
release
like
something and it's a standard for a while, but the only thing is like like it's the high end stuff, but the lower end stuff is like, yo, there's so
No,
much better in the market.
they missed something with the 5D because the 5D was like the camera that launched the whole
Yeah, but
DSLR
the Mark
movement.
IV
Like
is
some people
good,
even
but you can focus in
even with
post.
the-
If you're taking photos, you can like change the focus in post. That's the only like
The Canon 5D Mark IV. What about it?
you can change the focus in post.
No, not the Mark.
The
IV.
Mark IV, you can
What?
change the
Okay,
focus.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, dude. They like the Mark D 5.4 revolutionized photography. You
Mark IV.
The
Mark
5D
IV.
Mark
You can
IV.
focus in post. You can change the focus
Okay.
in post. I'm not
No
joking.
way.
I swear to
That's
God.
a lie. You're lying.
I know
No way.
nothing. I
I'm
don't
not
know
joking.
about
I'm not
Alright,
joking.
see, like I'm not a
This is
Canon guy.
fucking
I'm not a
bullshit.
Canon guy.
I'm not joking. I swear to God. I checked
This
this out.
sounds
Like
so
it does
mu-
4K.
Wait, hold
bullshit.
on. I'm gonna Google it.
No. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying-
Hold on.
you should
I
Google
think
it
you're
now.
totally
Yeah.
wrong. If
Dude,
that is true,
I'm not
I will
sure
take back
about this.
everything I ever said
I'm not
about
joking.
Canon.
Canon. I don't film with Canon. I don't like
One second.
Canon in terms of like
I'm
their.
not sure about
One
it.
second, guys,
It
guys,
should-
guys, guys,
but
guys.
like if it
Hey, could
exists,
you guys-
it's just a gimmick.
Could
It's
you guys
like
just,
I
it's
think
just
be quiet,
electronic
just one
gimmick.
second, one second. Okay, Google. Does the Canon 5D Mark IV focus in post?
Or allow you to focus. in post.
Whatever. You know.
Photography life. The Canon 5D Mark IV is a highly sophisticated camera, and that means it has a very complex.
Okay, it's not telling me anything. One second, let me.
I'm telling you.
Okay, we should
Okay, we're gonna
we should
move on.
Google this
Okay,
later.
anyways,
but,
the 6K.
I'm gonna Google it now.
I'm gonna wrap up for these two.
I think we talked enough.
Yeah, we talked about the
cameras,
6K. The
so,
6K camera is the best camera on the market, and under the $3,000 camera, 5,000. All right. So the only camera right now that beats the
So
the 6K
let's just
is the
finish
4K.
this. Let's just
But
finish
there's
this
no
with,
camera-
with just a question. Would you
All
buy
right.
it? Would you buy the 6K?
Absolutely, I would
Would
absolutely
you
buy the
see
6K.
Would you buy the 6K?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely buy the 6K
I
Black
would buy it
Magic.
too,
Prelude
and
by saying
I'm gonna buy
Dude,
it. And,
Dude, we've been waiting for
So
a camera
that's
that does
the
4K and up, 10-bit, 12-bit, 60 FPS, 120. That
Wait, it doesn't do 60
That-
FPS 120 though.
It
it does
does
5K. Oh no, 120 doesn't do one.
No, no,
It does 2K.
It does 2K.
Dude,
yeah, that's right.
there is no
It does
camera
120.
that there is no
the
DSLR.
GH5. The
There is no
GH5.
DSLR at the moment.
The
that
GH5
does
does-
2K at
The
120.
GH5 does 120
Yeah,
2K.
1080p.
It does 180
Yeah,
at
1080p.
Yeah,
But there's no camera that
that's-
does 2K. So this is revolutionary for like honestly people are more salty. Honestly, it's understandable because everybody got the 4K and they're like, shit, this camera destroys our camera. We gotta find excuses why this camera is not better. But this camera is revolutionary, and there's no camera out there that is gonna come out that is gonna be better than the 6K. So this camera obviously is
I
revolutionary.
kind of agree with you.
Yeah, like,
this camera
this camera is
challenges
set.
like it killed the game.
Yeah,
actually, for
the
DSLR.
only thing I have about this camera is it's still a DSLR. You don't have the built-in ND filters. You don't have the it doesn't have stabilization, and it doesn't process the image as similar to like a Red or an Alexa or even the Ursa Mini. It processes it as if it's a DSLR. So when you're moving the camera, there's a lot of the rolling shutter is garbage. Like we tested out when you move the camera, it's pure garbage.
So, guys,
Garbage.
guys,
So it's almost like a gimmick that it's like a film camera in the body
Yeah,
of a.
it's a gimmick. It's like
Yeah.
obviously like this is.
But it's like a
targeted-
really fantastic
Yeah.
gimmick. By the way, is this your beer?
that is it is
It's
man.
targeted to people that like.
Yeah,
Like when I started doing film, I was
here
doing the
at
C3R.
NTL Cam, we share everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We do share everything. Like,
Oh man, I'm
so-
so gone.
so,
I gotta pee.
shall we end this? Do you think
Have we spoke for long enough? I
for
think.
like 1
No, we
hour?
gotta
I
continue.
think
We gotta
it's fine.
continue.
Do you want to
It's live.
bring
Yeah,
another
yeah, yeah.
topic?
Is it-
So we said
I
one
still have
topic.
more
Has it been,
talk
are we still
It hasn't
rolling?
been a- yeah,
Has
yeah,
it been
yeah,
half
let
an
me
hour?
check.
I feel like we've been talking
Yeah, no,
a minute.
it's still rolling. I'm fine. I'm controlling this. You're good. We're good. We're good.
It's at 13 minutes. I gotta pee.
13 minutes.
I gotta pee.
Do you
Have
want
fun.
to break?
Nah, let's talk.
Let's talk. Yeah. So what? I heard you've been dealing with some bad clients.
No, me personally.
You personally?
I never get bad clients.
Oh yeah, bad.
See, like sometimes, I work as like anytime this guy, the other guy, I work with him. He's usually the A cam and I'll be the B cam, right? Because I'll admit it, he knows more about cameras than I do. Like whenever we do a creative project together, usually
but-
I'm more on the creative side and he's more on the technical side.
Yeah, but as a stunt performer,
Yeah?
you more like an A performer, and he's the B performer.
Thank you. I
I'm
appreciate
trying to,
to plug
make
me.
up
Thank
for
you.
like.
Thank you. Where's I don't have a drink anymore, so I'm
Nah,
also gonna cheer you with.
I
your
feel
own
okay.
drink.
I'm gonna bring you. If I leave now, you're gonna be alone.
Yo,
Do you think
let's
you
talk. I'm not joking.
Okay.
I haven't been this drunk in. Oh.
Don't say it in the microphone.
I'm not
but
drunk.
It's fine.
Okay. Sorry. What are we talking about now?
What were we talking
Try
about?
to hold the camera. So yeah, we were talking about clients. So that was
Right,
our,
right. So me
our
personally,
topic.
something that's funny in like the lives of MTL Cam is that like anytime I get a client, because you see, anytime I do a production, it's a little bit lower end because it's usually just me filming with my A7 III, right? Like I'm not out here filming with a Red. I'm not out here filming with like a completely rigged up Blackmagic Pocket Cinema 4K. You know, just me, my A7 III.
Dude, this
and
guy has the
my
best
clients are like the best. You know, they'll
Dude.
pay me beforehand, like the full price beforehand.
Oh my
I remember
God.
having this one client like recently that was just like, "Oh, you need some photos? Sure. Like this is the price. All right, shake hand. I'm about to walk away." And he's like, do I need to make a deposit?" And I'm like,
Sure, yeah, why not?
why not? Yeah. So I've been
I'm
getting
so
so,
salty about
lucky
that.
with my clients. And then anytime this guy gets a client, it's like, yeah, the check's in the mail. Yeah, we're paying you next week. Oh, 1 second. Can you wait till next month?
It never shows
And then
up.
he never gets
Yeah,
paid.
dude, I had-
and he has
oh
like
my God.
5 people on his payroll just waiting to get
But
paid from the
let's
check he
let's
gets
explain
paid.
maybe because people may not.
Yeah,
know
okay,
us.
all right.
So let's explain what
Let's
kind
explain.
of work
Okay.
we do and shit like that.
So we do freelance work. The word there's the word freelance. So the word free comes up to clients think that we're not worth anything. Like a lot of them, they think that the work we do is has no value into it. So they don't understand the value into it that we do. So that's why the word free comes in. What we do is it's an artistic work. We do creative. We do something very creative. We do media stuff. So you can't really distinguish how the value of our work is. But we do distinguish it according to the value of how other people distinguish it. So there's an average of it. So we base the prices and the rates that we charge according to what other people charge. Now, when we get clients, obviously the clients do their research. They look on Google. They look at other people, what they're charging. And we charge them a certain price. We're very fair with the prices. We charge them according to what our value is worth. So we value our...
Yeah, he repeats the same things.
No,
Yeah.
we value our work fairly according to how much effort we put, how much work we had to put into it, how much we had to grind.
Invest to get the
How much the equipment value is worth.
Yeah, exactly.
We
how much
value
we had to
that a
invest
lot.
to put into
Yeah,
it
we value
for-
the time. So
to be able to do
honestly,
it. Yeah.
Come on, guys. Let's be honest. Like it's still cool
honestly-
to get paid to film
Video.
whatever
It
shitty
depends though,
events.
right?
Depends,
Like,
yeah,
it is cool.
Yeah,
Whenever, like, you have a
a
cool
lot of
gig.
it's cool in general, and sometimes you have some bad gigs, and sometimes clients that they don't pay on time, but like generally it's cool, and a lot of companies
generally
are
it's cool,
very fucking
right?
nice.
Like if you're making an ad and you get creative say and you get to like really like flex your creativity and like show off your skills, but like sometimes you're doing like an interview of like a really like something that you don't really want to do.
Yeah.
It's
Something
like
very boring.
something
That-
very boring that is just very tedious
happens,
and time
it
consuming.
happens.
That's it. Is tedious and time consuming. And then if the client is being a dick,
Can we say names?
no, we can't say that.
Okay, we won't say names,
But
but
like sometimes
but
like,
yeah,
you do something
sometimes
that's
it's
really
pretty
tedious and
But-
really time consuming
but-
and mind numbing and like
and
not
we
even worth
also
your time.
and we also we also work on some shit that you will never imagine how funny it is.
That's when I
But-
know it's like you and I, we have very different filming styles.
Yeah, exactly. We should should completely different.
Completely different, but both excellent.
But I'm not sure about your method, but
No, my,
Oh,
my
method
method
is
is
the
good.
only
no,
method.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You should very.
What are we talking about?
No, we were like we have different way of shooting.
Yeah, because based
But
on the
we're
settings
both
that,
excellent, and I was like, I'm not sure about you. But it was a joke.
How
It
do we
was
do
a
it?
joke.
No.
How dare you? Yeah.
No,
Clients,
but,
clients,
but
clients.
definitely these two are the more veterans.
All right, so
Of the
more
filmmaking.
veterans.
I'm
yeah,
talking
I
Are the
don't
more
know about
are the
that.
more like these two have more director credits.
You know, once
than I do.
I remember
But-
just once.
you got
Once
something.
Nick was
Yeah.
very like not desperate, but like it was in a bad mood, and it was like, oh shit, we're having like bad plan. And I told him something. I told him like, if you keep doing like this, if you keep putting this amount of work into this, for sure, like it's gonna work. Like there's no way.
There's no option. Like I tell
The-
people,
yeah,
there's no
actually, one of
option.
my
like,
favorite
this is
things-
how we see it. Like there's no way.
One of my favorite
We're not
quotes
doing
from these guys over here is that it's just them saying we don't have a choice.
we
Yeah,
don't have a
exactly.
choice.
We don't have a
That-
choice.
that's it.
They say that often. It's just like, it's like, hey, like, what if we don't make rent? It's like, you know what? We don't
We
have a choice.
become
We have
homeless.
to. Like, we have to.
Yeah, we become
don't have
That's
a
the
choice.
other
Yeah,
option.
Yeah, we
That's
don't-
the only.
There isn't.
we-
There
like,
isn't, though.
We have
But it's
this
just like-
or becoming
It's just
homeless.
like, what if like all this like Kate's dynamic doesn't pan out? It's like that's not an option. We don't have a choice, and it's just that. That's like a consistent theme, and I love it.
Yeah.
I find that
Yeah.
very motivational.
Yeah, like one thing that I keep telling him is like, yeah, dude, I'd rather die than work a 9 to 5 job at McDonald's or something.
That's
than-
true. Like that, yeah,
like,
that,
no.
that's
Like
what
I don't-
motivates
honestly,
me the
people work at
most.
McDonald's or work 9 to 5 jobs. Like I, you know, personally to you, I don't have a thing, but to your employers, like you're working a slave. You have 2 weeks of vacation a month. That's not a way to live. You're not living. You're
Oh wait, they have
working.
2 weeks of vacation a year.
A year,
some,
yeah,
Some
that's
people,
not
a
not
month.
a-
If I have 2 weeks
Dude,
of vacation
that's
a month,
I would
I
do
would work
9
at
to
McDonald's,
5.
man, baby. I used to
Like,
work. I worked
yeah,
at
no.
McDonald's for 2.5 years. You guys know that?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
worked at McDonald's.
I
for
worked at
2.5
McDonald's for
years?
2.5 years.
I did
Holy
that,
fuck.
Yeah, and you know what? I used to work overnight McDonald's. So like from 10 to 5 a.m.
Holy fuck! But I heard
Time
that
and a half,
it's
baby.
it's a good thing to have on your resume to have like McDonald's on
Not
your
really.
CV.
It's
No,
not.
no, no, no.
That's
It's not?
all. That's all.
It's
When
a
you
myth.
say McDonald's,
I've heard it's a
and when
myth.
you
Yeah,
ask
yeah.
for a raise, they're like, "You work for McDonald's, bitch. Come on, shut up. Go back to work."
But
I will say though, like
Honestly-
working at McDonald's makes you appreciate every other job you will ever have ever in your entire life.
yeah, like you work at any other job and you're
like,
having a good time.
If you take a 5-second break at McDonald's, a manager will come up to you and be like,
What's up, man?
Yeah.
"Yeah, what's good? Like, why aren't you wiping down counters?" And I'm like, "Oh, god damn it! Like,
Oh
fucking,
fuck! This is
Yeah,
so-
no.
I."
One thing I wanted to say about clients. Are we still about the clients or?
Yeah,
Still on
let's say
about the
let's say
clients.
if.
But I
if
just
we
want to
get
say that it's been a
McDonald's
long
as a
time since I
client,
worked at McDonald's, and I don't want to revisit that. How long has it
Would
been?
you accept to make videos for
Been like
for
8 years.
McDonald's?
Dude, if they pay, absolutely.
Shit, for sure they pay.
No, I would never.
obviously-
I would never work at McDonald's again.
No, no.
I would
if
never
they,
work
yeah,
again.
Even like taking pictures or making video or
Dude,
like making
absolutely.
performing.
That's a different
Would
thing.
you perform? Would you
I've-
put the wig and you know?
Would I
what's that?
perform for McDonald's? Hell yeah. I would do everything for McDonald's, but I won't make another burger. I've
Okay.
made thousands of
Yeah.
burgers, and I've cracked millions of eggs.
Millions?
Okay,
Oh.
maybe thousands.
Okay, thousands of eggs. Yeah, that's
No, no,
that's
but-
crazy.
okay, so one thing about clients is the client does a lot of
we're
times.
We're past that.
we're past that.
past
Where
that.
are we?
It's
Where
like-
are we?
We're at McDonald's
the
right
third
now.
topic was McDonald's. Yeah.
So
Me
what's
too.
your
McDonald's.
favorite McDonald item?
So-
Mine is the Big Mac, the double Big Mac.
I like the rapid clair au poulet with tomato and light
Nigga
ranch.
is drunk as
I'm pretty fucking drunk.
yeah, you're
Honestly,
fucking drunk. So I
so
think
am I. I
we're
feel
gonna
like this
end
is-
this. Hold on, wait.
We're still-
Well, we're gonna end this podcast now. And
we still have something. We
what
still have
what do you
something.
want to say? So if you you have something to say, you should
I
say
want
it
to.
now.
I want to say something about clients.
Yeah.
Still
What do you
doing
want to
it.
say about clients?
What do I want to say about clients? All right. I'm gonna talk to you guys because I have
Yeah,
to say about
talk to,
clients.
like we're it's
Clients-
like discussion.
What I would like to about clients is that I would like clients to understand more about the creative process and the process, like the workflow behind the work that they're paying for. The clients don't understand generally the work that they're paying for. They don't understand like, all right, you gotta spend time rendering this video. You gotta spend time looking at why this thing is not working. You gotta spend time like changing this thing or that. They don't understand that. They like money. I'm paying for it. Where is my fucking product? I want my product now. That's one thing I wish that clients understand more. And the thing with clients is that you can't prove them wrong. Like you tell them like, yeah, by the way, my program crashed. Because in video, like the programs crash every fucking day, every second. The programs crash a lot, but the clients don't understand that. Even if you pay for the program, they still crash.
Yeah, I think.
All right, but
I think.
but you know what?
yeah,
You raise an interesting point because something that clients also don't understand is the amount of forethought that goes into it.
Exactly.
And that's something that people don't like comprehend. They think that you just show up and you have a plan. No, you spend all day thinking and like you
Or
spend
weeks
all
sometimes,
day.
days or weeks.
Honestly, weeks or days. That's true. That's very, very true.
Yeah.
And like you're writing down in your notebooks like different shot plans and different ideas and different things, and they don't consider this as time you spent for them, but it's 100% time you spent for them, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like all clients are not like this. Those are like
No, some clients, yeah.
But like, I think,
Yeah.
I think if this is the kind of client like we attract, maybe we should rethink our process. Maybe we because
But you know what? I
for
can't
sure,
blame the clients though, like because if I wasn't a videographer, like I would not know that it has this much work behind it because it's kind of
Yeah,
subtle.
yeah.
It's very
Honestly,
subtle
look,
how much work
I had-
goes
I had a
behind each
client-
video.
look,
It seems very simple.
dude, I-
like, wait, hold on though. Like how many times have you heard like, wow, this is a 1-minute video. Like, why do we need to spend like a week of like pre-production and like
Yeah,
post-production?
I've heard
Like,
that a lot of
it's
times.
but
1 minute.
I think
Can't we
clients
just spend like 3 hours on it?
that don't
No.
understand this, we should just not work with them.
No, but
That's
it's
it.
not their fault. Like,
No,
who
but-
would know
But
of
we-
it
They
it's
don't
not
until
understand
they
it,
learn
yeah.
about
us
it?
to educate clients. You know the way
But
I
it's
see
up to-
it.
it's up to
like,
somebody,
this
though,
is
no?
what I do.
Yeah.
If
But
you
hold
want
on,
to
though,
work
like-
with me, welcome. If you don't,
No, but
Yeah,
look,
go
in
ahead.
between both of you, I understand what he says, and I
we.
think
It's not
that
our job
clients,
to educate
when-
client on
you
what
know,
video
clients,
is.
what they
or
do is they
whatever.
research the price. They go around, they look at other production places, they look around and they compare prices. But I think that they should also compare how much work is done. They should look and research like, all right, to do this video,
But
he
at
has
the end
to
of
do
the
this, and he
day,
has to
the
do that.
people-
It's gonna take a lot
like-
of hours to do that.
But at the end of the day, people will compare like the final result. Like if
Yeah.
your video is good, no,
But-
who cares how many hours you put in? Who cares if it looks nice? It looks good.
Yeah,
of course,
if it
of
looks
course.
nice,
We know because
we-
we,
we-
work
yeah.
on the industry. We know that the more work you put into it, the better quality
Yeah.
you'll have. The more budget you have, the better
But
quality.
I
for
had
sure.
a client before.
But clients who don't know, they will just compare the end result. And listen, I'm fine with it.
I
Like,
had a
if
client
my-
before, guys. Like this client, like when we started working together, he didn't know what production meant, and he didn't know the amount of work and effort it took to do a video, whether it's 30 seconds or 30 minutes. So we worked together for a couple of years now. I think like been 3 or 4 years now. So we started working together, and now like literally like the last work we done, he literally sent me a message saying that like, dude, I understand. Like, wow, I understand how much work it puts. I understand why we have to spend this much time and money.
But good
into
for
it.
you. Like
It's
for
good.
this client,
Yeah,
Yeah,
you've been
but
able-
like
but
somebody
if you do,
has
if you do
to
the same
educate the
thing for
clients.
each client, I
Yeah,
think
you wouldn't
you
make-
should.
yeah.
I think you should just like the next time you have the same client, you should just tell him to go fuck himself
Look,
and
no,
try
no.
to find a better client.
no,
That's
but
it.
see, that's-
like we
that's-
shouldn't
that's,
spend so much time like running
No,
after
but,
clients.
you
And
know,
like,
clients-
That's just like a thing of
I
our industry.
know,
That's just
but
the thing
we
that
should-
is
that-
gonna happen regardless. People are gonna undervalue what
Yeah.
filmmakers do.
But
It's
I
just
know my
like
value.
a way of
you know
life.
yours.
I
Like,
know, but-
I'm fine.
Yeah,
Honestly,
but like
too.
people
They
don't
understand the
right?
value.
Like
The
it's
people
just,
who don't
But
understand value, you can
if
tell them to
someone
go.
doesn't know my value,
I still don't think
won't-
that that's right.
I won't try
I don't
to
think it's.
change
I don't
No,
think
but
it's right to tell them to go
depends.
fuck
No,
themselves.
no, you don't tell them to go fuck
because-
themselves.
Because
you
it's
explain
not
to them.
obvious to them.
No. You don't tell them to go fuck themselves at the beginning. You know, a client comes up to you and he's like, I want to do this, and you don't understand anything of it.
Yeah.
you tell them what this means. You help them. You make them understand. Then, if they don't understand what it means after you've been through the whole process of explaining to them how it means, then you go tell them. The fuck yourself.
Exactly.
Look,
You see,
I
see,
kind of
in our
agree with you.
life, this is what happens. You know, like at least once a week, you're gonna get a message from like a musician that goes like, "Hey, I want to do a rap video in a mansion.
And I have 50
with
bucks.
with 50 sexy dancers in the background, and I want to look like a freaking gangster and like kill it on
what's
the
your budget?
on the mic,
Like,
and I want to have it lit up like this video over here, and he's gonna reference like give me like some
Drake or like Cardi B or Bruno
he's gonna
Mars.
reference a bunch of or he or she is gonna reference a bunch of videos and then be like,
Dude, we
can
had a
we do
guy
this? My budget
Time out.
is $200.
Dude, time out. We had a guy. Okay, this is
No, but like it's funny
Whoa,
because this
time
happens
out.
many times.
We had this a true story. Okay, so he referred me to a guy. We both worked on the project together. We had a guy who contacted us, and he's like, I want to film a music video in a hotel. Okay, this is my reference. He referenced a Bruno Mars. No, sorry. He referenced a Weekend music video, and the Weekend music video was a very slow kind of paced music video. He referred. He's like, I want to do this, and I'm like, he sent me this. I'm like, dude, like to do this, you need to plan it out. You need to like, there's no way to do this if you don't have these things done. Like you need a lot of preparation for this. We get to the place. The place is too small. The people don't come. Like no one knows what's going on, and his budget obviously was not close to a Weekend music video. The Weekend music video is a couple like thousands of dollars, like 20,000, maybe even more, to do this music video. This guy had a couple $100 to do a music video. So we get to the place. We got to the hotel. We start, we try to film a music video. It's a one take thing. We try to do it, but obviously when you're doing one take, you can't see the lights in the shot. You can't see the people. You can't see the equipment. It's hard to do that. We still try. We do it. End result is like there's not enough light. The only camera that was able to do it was a camera that's not sensible to light. It did not work out as planned, but obviously because there was no budget. So you have people that tell us like they look at Bruno Mars or The Weeknd. They look at other people. They're like, dude, I want this, and you're like, dude, I can't give you this because you don't have the money for this, but I still want it. Like, dude, please, like I'm hiring you for this. Can you do this? And we're like, dude.
We can do our best. We can try.
Yeah, we do our best
to reach that point.
And then
but we can't reach that point.
No, we can't. And then
it's impossible. Like with the level.
But
you know what? I will say I know who you're talking about, and those clients were dope clients. Though.
They were a good client, but in terms of
they were very understandable, and they understood how
that understanding beyond the production and work. It's like it's their fault. It's not their fault, but it's also not their fault. But the problem is they don't have the experience. If they had the experience of working in what we're doing, they would understand how much money and time they would be. But they haven't done that, so they don't know how much. They can't comprehend. They can't understand. Comprehend.
We need more beer.
I need more
Yeah,
beer.
you need. I think we should go easy on the beer next time. But that was mine.
They can't comprehend the amount
See
of
how
work there is to do into what we do. So
1 second. I came prepared.
That's the beer. This is actually our beer opener.
Oh, the sword. That's.
Oh,
shit! You almost cut my fucking throat, man.
Wow, that's impressive. But yeah, that's the thing about clients is, I wish clients were more understanding in our work that we do, and less understanding into how much money they have to spend versus the results that they get.
I
With
know
that
how to
said,
do it with
I
a lighter.
need to rest.
but I don't know how to do it.
I need water, guys. Water.
You need water?
I need water.
Okay, I think we're gonna wrap this
No,
up.
let's keep talking.
Let's
I'm having
keep
so much
talking.
fun.
Podcast.
All right, guys.
Yes.
Let's talk about. No, I feel like we had so much to say though about like clients.
No, I think that was a bad topic.
about topic.
We shouldn't be complaining.
We're not
about
complaining.
our work.
We're ranting, and we want clients.
No, because
listen.
we were arguing about like whether or not we should educate the clients on how much work is done in production, or whether we should just leave
think,
them behind.
So, since this is the first episode, I think we can make like some sort of a retrospective of like how it went.
Yeah. Let's see what we learned.
I think
learned about
so.
each other.
First
See, because
of all,
like I found out that you're a lot more like you're past the point of like dealing with these like low level clients. Like I don't know how else to call them, but like the clients that don't know anything about film and are
like
coming to you
clients
for
that
the
have
first
never
time
done anything,
and are
first
just
time
like,
experience.
yo, I want this for like
I
$200.
think
Like,
First thing I ever said to Nick, like it was, I don't know when did we met. Like the first thing I told him, you should start stop accepting clients with like $300 and stuff
Yeah.
like that. I was like, yeah, come on, man, you shouldn't do this. kind of
Because like
shit.
everyone knows that you could pay your rent with $300, obviously.
Yeah, but what I told you, like, if you start saying no now, but that was like 4 years ago or 5 years ago. I told you, like, if you start saying no to those type of customers, you'll see, like, you'll have a lot more free time to go and, like, find other clients that will pay more and do some fucking nice project.
Yeah, that's
because,
true.
we don't mind. Like, the last 2 weeks, we made a short film and we spent a lot of money on it. And we don't mind spending money on like, doing nice project, working on nice projects and doing shit like this, but we don't like working for free on boring projects. That's the shit.
There's
That's
okay,
on
all
boring
right.
projects.
I told
on boring
them,
projects. Like I
guys,
want to
time
work.
out.
Like I
I
would
wanna-
work
yeah.
for
Okay,
free
okay,
probably
guys.
on
Time out,
Martin
time out.
Scorsese movie or
Yeah,
something. But I know people
Guys.
get
There's
they
a
get paid.
difference. This is my go-to, but there's a difference between working for free and working for an opportunity. If you're working for free, like if someone tells you, "Yo, dude, can you film my restaurant, like pop-up mom and pop restaurant for free?" The only people that are gonna see the mom and pop restaurant, the people maybe that are gonna eat there, but you're not gonna get much out of it. They're gonna be like, "Oh, I want to eat here," but they're not gonna say, "Wow, this is a very nice video. I'm gonna hire this person." But chances are the people that are gonna be eating at the mom and pop restaurant don't have anything to do, that have a business or something that need your services. Now, working for opportunity is if someone comes up to you and be like, "Yo," Nike comes up to you and be like, "Yo, I want you to do
for
an
20
ad."
seconds. I'm
Yeah.
gonna stop you for 20 seconds. So I thought like we're doing the retrospective, right? We're talking about like how it happened. I think we should be talking to each other.
Yeah,
Instead of
no.
talking to the
let's-
camera.
Okay, look.
We don't give a
if
fuck
Nike
about
came
it.
up to you and be like, "Yo, dude, we want you guys to do an ad, but we don't. We want to test you guys. Okay, we're looking for different freelancers to do stuff, but we want to test you guys. First
I
project
would
is
for
free.
sure do it.
Absolutely.
100%.
But Nike-
If
Nike-
Nike wants us
Exactly.
to audition
You know why?
for them, I would 100%
You know why? Because
do it.
would you-
Because
would-
I would kill it.
You know-
I
Would
would
you- would
crush
you-
that.
would you-
up.
would
I would
you-
crush that commercial.
But would you cast some Chinese kids like?
No. See, the thing
Would
is,
you cast some, like, cheap
my skill set doesn't lie in like filmmaking. Even though I'm a bomb ass filmmaker, I don't care what the fuck you guys say. But my skill set lies in my connections, and I can get the best people to be in this commercial. Like I can
do
get the
believe
goddamn best
But,
people to be in this
you know,
commercial.
if you put Nike on your resume, people are gonna be like, "Damn,
Is it
you're
a
for
good
Nike."
thing to have Nike on your
Absolutely.
resume?
If you did an ad for Nike,
I'm not
you're
sure
pretty
about it,
set,
man.
man. Dude, would you rather have Nike or like mom and pop restaurant? You would rather have Nike.
No, I'm not talking about mama.
It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
It's like
No, no.
better.
Yeah,
better.
look, it's
Nike.
good to have Nike.
What would you rather have on your resume, Nike or mom and pop? You would rather have Nike.
Obviously,
Mom and
obviously
pop
Nike,
doesn't
but
make
like,
any
look at
sense.
us.
Exactly.
We have a decent amount
Yeah, but-
of like high name clients.
people don't know that.
Has that like
Exactly.
No,
Does
but-
it
Has that
bring
panned out?
more money?
it doesn't.
Yeah,
it doesn't.
Like-
Like look at us like on our website we currently have like commercials for like one of the biggest restaurants in Montreal. We got Guru, we got like Visa.
Like Visa,
like-
RBC or something. Like you have the
yeah, we have
the
real
racist
shit
party,
on
like
our-
the racist political party.
Oh yeah, no, we don't talk about that.
We
don't-
don't
we
talk
don't talk
about
about that.
We don't say.
But
It wasn't
we
the
have
Front
a
National,
high,
it wasn't that.
We've had high level clients, and it doesn't bring
No,
other clients.
it doesn't
What brings
bring-
clients is like solicitation.
So that's a word of mouth.
Exactly.
No, but it doesn't bring
Word of
clients.
mouth
But
works a lot,
it's
yeah.
just that
Yeah, that too.
when the people come up to you and they see what you've done and they see you work with Nike, it's more. it's more attractive when you work with these people than when you work with mom and pop.
No, that was yours.
But yeah, to wrap up, we wrap up.
Finish it.
All right.
first.
Let's
All
wrap
right,
up.
let's wrap up.
Yeah,
So
let's wrap up.
this is our podcast. We talk about
So
This is Bad Life Decisions.
let's-
This is take 4. We're drunk. And
Yeah, we're pretty drunk.
we're
let's
having a
wrap
good
up.
time. Let's have fun. Yeah, let's
no.
talk about
Let's wrap
cameras.
up. Let's
Blackmagic Pocket Cinema 4K.
Come on, man.
That's what I'm talking
He's
about.
pretty good.
But let's wrap up with the retrospective. So
It's
this
pretty
was
good.
our first episode. Probably no one will watch it. So
Yeah,
we don't
dude,
care.
this
we
is
don't
still
care.
live. Like people.
Like what would you do different for the next podcast?
Structure.
Less
Next time.
alcohol.
No.
No, okay, more
Be a bitch.
alcohol.
Okay. So yeah.
That's
So
how
we
you finish a
said-
beer?
okay. No, I showed you how to finish a beer. I just finished my beer. So that's
I'm
the first
impressed.
Beer, and now I have another beer.
Oh shit.
You shouldn't drink anymore.
Dude.
You should start drinking. Okay.
Whoa.
You should just-
Captain
you
Morgan.
should just.
Captain
Okay.
Morgan is not a good idea for
Captain
podcast.
Morgan, he has been killed by Captain Morgan.
Yeah, Captain Morgan's just like
This guy
destroyed me.
is fucking
All right.
crazy.
pretty
Okay.
god.
So yeah, for the next podcast, so we said every week each one of us will bring
Yeah, every
a
week
new
we're gonna bring
topic,
something
right?
to a new
Yeah,
topic.
sure.
Okay. So next week, each one of us will bring a topic, right?
Let's do
We
it.
will all do this. And could you come on time, like next week?
How dare you, man? I had things to do.
And I'm
It's
talking
really
to
late
both
to
of you
podcast.
guys, okay? Can you like if we say like 3?
Hey, you didn't tell me
30?
3:30.
You said 3:30.
I didn't say
You
3:30.
fucking said 3:30.
I said I would come
I
after.
wasn't aware of this time frame.
I said before 9 p.m.
I literally was
because I know
told
you guys.
anytime I show up. That's what I was told by this guy.
Okay.
He said
that's cool.
anytime I show up, that's when
He
we
said
start.
that.
That's
okay,
what he
you
said.
shouldn't.
I don't
You don't
remember.
say that
I
next
don't
time.
remember.
Next time you tell him, like when you tell me 3:30, you say you tell him 3:30.
Although he did pressure me to come early, like he,
I was like, dude,
Yeah.
can
he
you
was
please
like,
come?
"Yo, can you hurry up?
Can you
Like, can
hurry
you
up?
come?"
So
Could you-
I told him I gotta leave at 9:30, and I think it's like almost 9.
Yeah.
It's
All
9.
right,
So,
guys.
Anyways,
We're gonna wrap up.
look,
But so yeah. So we're all good to
this was fun.
meet
Yeah,
next
this
week.
was-
It's
this
Yeah,
was
fun.
pretty
this,
fun.
this is fun.
This is
So
an extra
shall we
drink.
do it? Look, we're Thursday. Should,
Look,
should we
next
do
time-
this
look-
every Thursday?
Let's do it.
Every
But
Thursday.
what I
Okay.
think we should do is we should have a structure and a time limit.
But I think the structure is the topic
Yeah.
thing.
But the
And
time limit is
limit,
whenever it's live.
I
Like
think
people are
it's
gonna watch
like,
it.
as soon as we don't go like more than 2 hours or something.
Yeah.
Like an hour and a
I mean,
half.
people
I
are
think
gonna
is
watch
good,
it and
yeah.
you're gonna listen to it. Like guys, like if
And
you
we-
guys don't
we
watch
should
it on
have-
Facebook, it's gonna be on Spotify for podcast reasons.
So yeah, it's gonna be on probably on Spotify, Google Play, Amazon Prime. It's gonna be a Festival de Cannes next year. It's probably gonna be. It's gonna be on.
If that's what makes it to
I don't
Cannes
know.
before like
It's gonna
our,
make
one
it
of our
to Cannes for sure.
If this goes to
Like,
Cannes,
if this doesn't go to Cannes, what should go to Cannes?
yeah,
on,
come
man.
on, guys.
Let's do some transport. Okay, no. Let's wrap up this.
all right, guys, thank you so much for watching this podcast.
Yeah,
slash-
thank
If you
you.
made it to the end, actually, super thank you.
Actually, you're
Yeah.
right. Wow, I'm impressed.
Yeah, very
Thank
cool.
you.
Very
Um,
cool.
Not mom
I
and
think
dad.
no
but
one will
like,
make it to the end. So
I love you, my Mariana. I love you,
Thank
girlfriend.
you. And
Thank
thank
you.
for
Thank
being
you.
great friends.
I love
I
my
love
girlfriend.
you and I love you too, man.
So see you next week.
See you
guys.
next time, guys.
see you next week.